Ogryns are the largest and most physically powerful type of human mutants or abhumans. They make ideal warriors and are often recruited into Imperial Guard regiments and used as close assault shock troops. Physiology. Ogryns evolved in worlds with harsh and barren environments and high gravity. Most of these worlds, having no other use to humanity, were originally used as prison planets. Ogryns are large and bulky, standing between 2.5 and 3 meters tall. The appearance of Ogryns varies according to their world of origin, but all are tough and powerful. Some forms are well-muscled, while others tend more toward grotesque obesity. Stupid and repulsively unhygienic, Ogryns have earned such names as fats, flabs, slobs, and stenches. Ogryn populations produce mutant individuals to the same extent as humans. The issue of Ogryn classification is one of the most contentious within the Administratum's abhuman department. This complex strain is currently listed as 7 distinct types. Many within the department believe that many of these classifications are separate types, and another revision of strain classification is required. Imperial Guard. The Imperium puts the Ogryns' qualities to good use. Their strength and lack of intellectual complexity make them ideal warriors for the Imperial Guard. The concentration of the Ogryns' brutal power creates formidable assault forces. Once introduced into the Imperial cult, Ogryns develop an unshakable and almost childlike faith in the Emperor, seeing him as watching over their every action on the battlefield. Each order they receive is viewed as having worked its way down the hierarchy from the Emperor and is followed without question, and to the best of their ability. The most intelligent individuals among Ogryns undergo an augmentative chemical process called biochemical Ogryn neural enhancement, which increases their intelligence further and makes them ideal as sergeants of Ogryn squads. Although Ogryn worlds provide troops for the Imperial Guard like any other inhabited Imperial world, the standard practice of raising regiments is not used for Ogryns. Units of Ogryns are instead attached to the regiments of other worlds. The unit consists of squads, each led by an Ogryn sergeant who has received bone treatment, allowing them to communicate orders to their squad. Ogryns have a particular respect for commissars, whom they see as closest to their beloved Emperor. Ogryns are also naturally claustrophobic, meaning they are reluctant to enter the cramped confines of Imperial carriers. During the Horus Heresy, Ogryns fought on both sides of the conflict. It is believed that those who took the side of the traitors were told that they were actually fighting for the Emperor, and the loyalists were the traitors. Outside of the Imperial Guard, Ogryns are sometimes modified by the Adeptus Mechanicus inter servitors and adapted to tasks where great size and strength are required. Ogryns are also used as heavy lifters and miners in some Imperial mining operations. Equipment. Ogryn squads are armed with Ripper guns, weapons designed to be Ogryn-proof, built simply and durable enough to double as clubs for the close combat-inclined Ogryns. They also carry frag grenades and wear flak armor. Regimental use. Regiments that are known to use Ogryns include the Katechian Jungle Fighters, Savla Chemistry Dogs, and Karnak Skull Takers. Ogryn units include the Krork Ogryn Auxilia and Mongla Ogryn Auxilia. Bullgryn. Bullgryns are specialized, heavily armed Ogryns used for close assault operations by the Imperial Guard. They wear heavy carapace armor and carry assault weapons like power mauls to capitalize on the creature's size and resilience. For firepower, they often wield the Grenadier Gauntlet. The simple but effective slab shields are their trademark, locking together to form a mobile defense line. So deployed, these units provide their comrades with a wall of walking cover as they advance across the battlefield, soaking up vast volumes of enemy fire in the process. Feral Ogryns. The populations of some Ogryn worlds are so debased and primitive that they are only useful as vicious assault troops, the planet having little else to offer the Imperium. Ogryns native to these worlds have been left to develop their warlike society, that many view as little better than that of the orcs who plagued the Imperium. Imperial landing parties will descend upon these feral worlds in times of crisis, capture several tribes, and take the Ogryns to fight on battlefields many light years away from their homes. In combat, feral Ogryns are a terrible sight to behold. Very few Imperial Guard officers will even try to teach them the relatively complex operation of a Ripper gun. Instead, crude but deadly close combat weapons are hastily manufactured for newly raised regiments. Thus, the Ogryns are encouraged to perform in combat as they have become accustomed, as vicious, close combat troops. In battle, Ogryns are all but uncontrollable. Thus, they are used sparingly, with just 1 or 2 squads being assigned to any one action alongside other forces. Ogryn Psychers. Though the Imperial cult states that Ogryns are too dim-witted to become Psychers, this has changed in the wake of the Great Rift's creation. A penal legion Ogryn named Cassir displayed psychic abilities in battle and soon joined Lord Inquisitor Falx's retinue. The Inquisitor believes the Great Rift caused Cassir to become a Psyker and suspects that many more Ogryns will start to develop psychic abilities as well. Cassir also had an increased intellect afterward and learned how to read and write on her own. The Imperial cult states that Ogryns are also incapable of doing this. It is however not clear if Cassir's new intellectual level is a result of her becoming a Psyker. Awakened Ogryns. Also known as psychic Ogryns, they are artificially created through the use of the necromunda drug Ghast. Normally it only grants temporarily psychic powers, but the word Urson Graves created a horrific esoteric procedure that turns Ogryns into true Psychers. He had at first experimented upon gang members, but Graves' use of Ghast to open their minds to the warp caused their bodies to destroy themselves. The WYRD then began experimenting on the abhumans and came upon a breakthrough in his research. With their hardier bodies and lack of imagination, Graves' Ogryn subjects were able to withstand the horrendous toll wrought upon their bodies and souls due to their forced exposure to the warp. This turned the abhumans into true Psychers, and the awakened Ogryn are sought after by those wishing to bring some hard-hitting psychic punches to their battles. However, the ruling House Helmauer considers the awakened Ogryn to be abominations that should not be allowed to exist and seeks to destroy them. Chaos Ogryns. Ogryns are also used by the forces of chaos. Known as Ogryn brutes and traitor Ogryn, their strength and savagery quickly earn them mutant blessings from the Chaos Gods. However, Chaos Ogryns are slow-witted and easily exploitable. Chaos Renegades are quick to forcibly conscript them into their ranks and use crude surgical procedures, combat drugs, and sorcerous rituals to control the beasts and set them upon their enemies. They are also used in battle as bodyguards, living shields, or crude line breakers by their more cunning human comrades. Chaos Ogryns that have been modified and warped by forbidden methods include Ogryn Berserkers and Plague Ogryns. Thank you for listening to this entry from the Warhammer 40,000 Lexicanum.